Yes. Welcome in, mi gente bonita. It's another week, another moment with you guys. Episode 74 of Abiertos here, hanging out with the one and only. The one that's pretending to be quiet, but he's never quiet, and he's louder than, well, let's just say a locomotive. We'll give him a run for his money.
Yes, I am the voice of power, MC Bacon, aka the Gallon Sugar, aka the Gallon Azúcar. Welcome to another episode of the one and only Abiertos, with your boy, once again, the VOP, and the gentleman to my left, DJ Mendez. As you can hear him, not 100%. Sounds like a chimney getting swept out, but very, very slowly.
No, extremely slowly.
Trying to sound like Luther Vandross, but it's a little bit Oscar the Grouch. But
Yeah,
my God,
I'm feeling the grouch. But we've got an amazing guest today, and I've been looking forward to this episode. Um, Very busy, talented human being. I'm not going to say much, but before I say something, before we bring them in, I've got a little something for you guys to take a look at.
No two runners are the same. We all come with different styles, different strengths, and different ambitions. But there's one thing we all share: the love of the chase. From intense track and field days, to the after-work gym session, to the meditative morning jog, Swift has the shoe for you. A shoe for distance, a shoe for speed, a shoe for challenging terrain. And what do they all share? Comfort, durability, and a lightweight, eco-friendly make, all at a price you can afford. Running is for everyone. Why wait for race day to experience the best?
Yes, mi gente. Swift running, fly free. We've got the one and only Pooja here with us. So, should we call you the owner, the president, the director, the CEO? What is your title, Pooja?
So you can call me the co-founder of Swift Running.
Okay. You know what? I love it. And I really appreciate it when he says, I watched all your ads, and before we said yes to doing the interview, I turned around and started watching what everybody else is saying, what their ads are, what it's all about. But what I really like about that ad and about you guys is you're not discriminating to any person of size. You're not discriminating because some of them do. Some of them, without you realizing, they are discriminating to people of size. But I love it when he turns around. I'm not sure who the voice is. Great voice, by the way. But whoever it is, they turn around and said, why wait for race day? That to me was amazing because if you turn around and you look at it, you are pretty much telling everybody, why do you have to wait? Do it. Love it. Be you. And you know what? Yes, and I said it before, and I think I put it on the Google review I did for you guys. This is the first pair of shoes that I turned around and said, you know what? I'm in love. I'm in love. Like literally, here. Give me a second.
yeah, he said that.
Holding it.
Like literally, I had to clean it up a little bit. But
Yeah,
ever since I got these, the gym and I become very good friends.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
It's like wow. Honestly, wow. Like I've had other shoes and I've tried other shoes and I've paid stupid amounts and I've paid. I've gone to Walmart. Like I've gone from every spectrum. But wow, why? Like what's the difference? Tell me what is the difference that you guys are bringing that you know what? Honestly, put this guy to turn around and say, I'm hitting the gym.
And I think you did hit the key point. Swift Running is based on a mission, and our mission is to make high performance running shoes accessible to everyone. Does not matter, are you a walker, a jogger, or maybe you are standing on your long hour shifts, or you can be a marathon runner or a pro runner, right, who is looking to go to Olympics or any world championship. That's where you don't need to wait to buy a $300 US dollar or even more than that for your race day. You can actually train every day with a high performance, good quality shoe. You can afford it. Don't just train on any other shoe and then get your best shoe for a race day. You can actually train with your best shoe, right? You can afford it. So right now, I think the way we are approaching is we are keeping our customer, right, our everyday runner at the center of our Swift Running. We want to hear from them, right? And that's where this whole journey started, because me as a runner, I saw a problem that yes, our high performance running shoes, irrespective of my level, am I putting 20 kilometers a week or am I doing 20 miles a week, right? Irrespective of my mileage, whenever I'm going to a specialty running store and I'm looking for a good quality high performance shoe, my price point is going exorbitant. And I can buy that maybe today, but then because of my mileage, I have to buy another pair for after 4 months or 3 months, right? Depending on how much I'm wearing, how much am I rotating my shoe. And then if I'm the only runner in the house, maybe that's okay. But then here is my son, here's my husband, who spend half of his day in a gym, right? So we all need performance gear, and we want to make sure that we are not spending a lot of money. We are not breaking our bank, right? We want to keep it as accessible as possible for everyone. So that's how, I know it's a long answer to your question, Pedro, but that's how our journey to Swift Running started.
That's amazing.
Yes,
That's amazing.
it is.
Um, Bacon, go ahead. I know you had a couple of questions. I'm gonna try to be quiet today.
Uh, well, when I heard of Swift running, and one thing came to my mind: the name, the name itself. That's something you don't hear very often. What I guess what was the what's the word? What was, I guess, the meaning behind the name? Like, what made you want to conjure up a name like Swift Running? Like, what does that represent for yourself as the co-founder and you know running the whole show? What's behind the name? Because that's when I heard Swift Running, I'm like, that can mean so many different things. But
Yes.
yeah, like what was the meaning behind the name?
For so that I want to take you a little bit in my previous life, right? Almost 10 years ago, when I actually start running, I wasn't consistent during that time. I was like excited to do my 5Ks, 10Ks during my community runs and all that stuff, right? But few years ago, I actually picked running as a sense of freedom. Like when I'm running, I feel like, okay, I don't have to worry about my work. I don't have to worry about maybe cooking or anything, right? My daily chores, taking care of my kid, my husband, my family, right? That is my me movement. I want to be free and I want to feel free mentally, physically. And I think that's how this whole running as a passion started, and that's how I become more consistent runner every single day. So when we my husband is the another founder, so when I say co-founder, he is my partner in
Right,
crime.
right.
So he and I felt into the same thing. The way how I see running, he sees gym workout the same way, right? That's his level of freedom. When he's in gym, that's his time. And that's how when we wanted to bring a product which is accessible to everyone, we wanted to create that sense of freedom, to it. And Swift brings that speed and freedom together at one spot. And that's how we kept it Swift running. And we kept our tagline as fly free, because we want to make sure that as you are experiencing your everyday being active journey, no matter what you are doing, even like a lot of people who come to me, they are like, we are not runners, is Swift running has anything for us? It's like, yes, it's about celebrating the movement. Even when you are walking, that's your run, that's your me time, celebrate it. So Swift running is for that celebration, for every single person who can celebrate speed and freedom.
That's see, I knew there was a meaning behind that name, because that's exactly what I would have thought of. The simple fact that no matter what you're doing, whether you're walking, you're running, jogging, that's your space, your time. Nothing else in the world matters. Just in that time that you're walking, running, or whatever it is that you're doing. So yeah, that's impressive. That's really impressive. Wow.
So one thing that caught my eye with you guys is the colors. It's so bright. It's so okay. My colleague here knows wherever we are, we're gonna be seen because we're bright. It has to be bright. I don't. The blacks and the grays and the blues, they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Yada yada yada. Why did you guys choose such vibrant and eye-catching colors?
And I think that's a great question, Pedro, because I personally feel like when we are running outside, a lot of us are in that whole, I would say, runner's high movement, right? Where doesn't matter whatever is hanging there, we are just picking and putting it on and just out for our everyday run. One thing for being a runner, I feel like matters to me the most, which can actually excite my eyes, like even doesn't matter how tired I am, like that one thing which is like, oh Pooja, let's go for a run. Like you have what, 20 minutes, let's put some miles on. That's my shoe. I will hold my shoe and I'll be like, Pooja, let's go, just put them on and let's go. So that when I see colors around me, it just brightens my eyes. And I feel like, just like me, all the runners around us, we are not experiencing runners high every single day. There are moments in our life when we are low. Sometimes we are just too exhausted after work, right? And that's the moment that colors can pop up, right? The colors can bring those brightens up your eye, and you'll be like, oh, doesn't matter how tired, I'm picking up, putting my shoe on, and I'm heading out. So personally, I'm actually having my this, as you were holding, this is my favorite shoe. And I wear it every day wherever I go. And I just feel like it just brightens my day. And I feel it's doing the same for rest of my runner friends.
Like honestly, when I opened up the box and I saw, I'm like, this is life. Honestly, because in the industry, in the shoe industry, the only other place you see bright colors like this is in the Zumba world. But for runners, they're usually dull colors.
Yes.
And when I saw while I was going and doing my research to get to know Swift running a little better, that's one thing Bacon and I talked about. That you guys are very colorful. You guys are representing something that most people in the running community are just like whatever. And I say it because I have a friend. She I think she's 55 now, and every race she goes through a different pair of shoes. And when I put it all over to you guys, she says to me, "Oh my god, there's pink." Yeah. What about it? It's like, no, you don't get it. When we're on our runner's high and we've finished the race, this is going to be the make or break for us. So moving on from the colors and moving on from the basics, why? Why did you and your husband choose to do this?
I think why is very important. And I alluded a little bit on the same few minutes ago. The reason why is, in short, I saw a problem, I faced a problem, and I just didn't see a solution around in the market. And when I look around, I saw other people are also facing the same problem. That is the shorter version of it. Like why we get into this? Because a lot of people call me, Pooja, you guys are brave. Like what you are doing, nobody else has thought about it. It's not a simple t-shirt product. Like you are bringing a high performance gear in the market, which is kind of, again, to Pedro's point, make and break a race, right? And that's where this whole journey started. When I start being super consistent with my running each and every day, I start having a knee pain in my left knee. And just like anybody else, I thought, maybe I'm not that athletic. Maybe I'm not made for running long distances, or maybe I'm just too tired running every day. Maybe I should take some break, right? Like all those thoughts come into my mind. I never thought that maybe I'm not running in a right pair of shoe, because we trust our top branded shoes more than our own body, right? I trusted the Nikes and Brooks of the world because that's what all the different pairs I was using.
Hmm.
And I bought that local pharmacy. It had a brace for the knee brace, and I put that on and I start running because I do want to run every day.
Right.
And it just keep on going on, and pain wasn't going away. And that's when one of my friends, she was like, you know what, maybe you want to check it out to a local specialty running store to find a better fit for you. And I was like, okay. Before that, I was just going to a regular Nike store. We'll pick up, okay, it's a Nike running or Brooks. Okay, let me get that. I still remember I used to wear Brooks Ghost a lot. And that's where I was like, okay, let me go to the store and figure out that what is my right fit. The moment I entered the store and get my gait analysis, it was an eye opening for me. Um, Looking at all the good pairs, like lightweight, high performance pairs with some plate on the arch, which I would love to have it just for my own performance purposes. Um, their starting point was like close to 200 US dollars. And as I'm getting better and better, good, like more carbon plate in it and all that stuff, it's touching like 300 US dollar easy. And I was like, I cannot buy this every maybe 3 months, 4 months.
Right.
And then if I'm buying this pair, then my son gonna be like, Mom, I want this. And then my husband will be like, I'm buying this too. Like, everybody want to buy a best shoe for their active lifestyle.
Yes.
And I was like, this is not sustainable, right? I'm thinking about, as a parent, as a runner, I'm looking at as if a household has 3 to 4 runners or people who like to do active lifestyle, right? And going to gym and running, they cannot afford to spend thousands of dollars in a whole year. And where is that accessibility to every other person who wants to promote an active lifestyle? And that was the why, that was the pain point. What we saw that this is the gap. We want to have something in the affordable price range where every runner, irrespective of the running level, can actually have a choice to make. They should be able to rotate from anyone, from the training to their race day to their recovery runs. They should have that affordability on their hand. So that was the why, because it so inspired my own journey. It felt like a right place to start.
Awesome. Awesome. Um, just touching on to what you just said about that. Even what even stands out about your brand is the logo. It it resonates with me because I see the wings, and I for me that kind of represents, when you say fly free, and you're able to go beyond your so called limitations when it comes to running or doing
Mhm.
an activity and everything else. What was the purpose behind the logo to fit the name Swift Running?
Freedom is where everything started for us, right? And that's how the name started, and that's how the spirit of our logo started. The wings, the freedom.
Right.
If I'm walking or jogging, does not matter, right? If I'm running or I want to achieve my PR, if that's what I want to do, the freedom of whatever I want to do is what those wings are representative. So S is just we picked from our swift running, but then that's the major significance of those wings, that yes, this is everybody have those wings, we just have to recognize it. Doesn't matter if my neighbor is running faster than me, that's not the point. My race is to myself, right? What I was running yesterday, I want to improve today. So that with that spirit, we and again, this was our first logo. As we were kind of looking for more logos for our company, um our eyes, my husband and I, we our eyes were just stuck with this, like this is what catches the spirit of our company.
Right, right. Yeah, that's most definitely. I can understand why the concept of it and everything else, because like I said, when Mendez showed me that we were going to do this interview with you, and throughout that weekend when I was up there in Ottawa for the expo, man, like just the name itself, the logo, it's very eye catching. Like people want to say, okay, what are these guys are about? Like, what makes them different from any other brand? But the concept behind what you guys are doing, it's a movement that will definitely spread to the masses, because like when Mendez showed me the shoe, like I'm looking to get a pair for myself, because the way how he was like in enjoying the shoe, he showed it to me, and then when I learned more about your company, you guys have a very well oiled machine going right now. And what what I love about this brand is like Mendes just touched on about when you see runners running down the street, they look like regular people. Now I'll explain why I'm saying that, because when you see a basketball player, you see him with the shoes around the bag, everything else. You see a football player, he has his helmet with his shoulder pads in between, everything else. Nowadays, when I see runners on the street, like we touched on, they're in bright colors, and it's almost easy to identify them now, because they're representing themselves and saying, "Hey, this is what I do. This is what I love." So you'll see the bright lime greens, the oranges, the pinks, and everything else, and that's their way of letting the world know that this is what I love, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And that's what I love about the brand, and doing the research with Mendez as well. Like, you guys have a real great thing going, and I'm hoping to see it everywhere sometime soon in the future. Believe me. So most definitely, that's swift running.
So I was told that apart from all the work you guys do in putting into the research of the shoe, you guys also donate. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? I don't want to give the wrong information, because while we were talking with Aaron, he gave us a lot of information about you guys. He was excited. And then he says to me, they don't make a size 14 yet.
Yeah, and I told Aaron, I was like, when we started, and it took us like almost, I would say, more than 2 years to do the research, the prototyping, the testing for our shoes. And there was so back and forth. We partnered with some of the professional athletes and track teams to make sure that our product is the right fit, right? And with that understanding, back and forth, we wanted to make sure, as our phase one, what we are launching, we can capture the majority. Again, not everyone, because we don't have as many sizes, we don't have as many colors to make that choice. But what was more important for us is, as a runner of any level, do we have everything to capture your journey? As a trainer, as a race day shoe, as a easy recovery day shoe, or as a tempo run shoe. So we have those models, so that if you are as a runner doing a rotation, you are able to do end-to-end rotation with all of our models. So that was kind of number one thing. Number two is the focus group. As we were testing out our shoe, we wanted to make sure we keep the inventory in a in a way that we can capture the majority of sizes. So we pick those sizes which you will see most of the people have it. And I apologize, Sharon. I was like, I wish I would have a size 14. For now, we stopped at size 13, but eventually I know what are my models are going really good in the market, right? And how we will be continuously improving different versions of our different models, and we will be kind of exceeding different sizes within each of our models. So that will be the one thing. I do want to talk about the donation piece. As right now, we just started our brand. We are in a brand awareness phase, and we are trying to make sure that people see us as a community partner, not just another high performance shoe brand. Like a lot of people who are wearing, say, I wear New Balance or Nike, and I always ask those people, have you met their founder? Do you know who he is? Have you spoke to them? No. Talk to me. If you don't like something about this shoe, tell me what is not, so that I can take that feedback and make sure that our next version have that everything captured, right? It's an iterative journey. For every shoe, every brand, it takes different versions to get better and better and better based on our customer demands. Right now, as we are partnering with a lot of schools and working closely with the coaches, and making sure that all the track team kids are getting discounted prices, because accessibility is what we see is important in our community. And you will be surprised when I see kids wearing lifestyle shoes. Just because it's a branded name doesn't mean it's a right shoe for your running. And then having those shin splints and complaining about Achilles pain. And I was like, you're too young to have these pains. You are just not on a right pair, right? So that's where we talk to coaches and we say, yes, we want to bring our shoes here so that these track team kids can try them out. Even staff members on the wellness day can try them out. If they like it, again, on a discounted price, we will love to partner with them and sell it to them. But also, we want to make sure that if a kid comes across to you, coach, I need a pair, but I cannot afford it, we are there to donate to him. So that purpose is there. We want to work with the community, for the community. That yes, as we are expanding, we cannot forget that there are a lot of kids, a lot of people around us who cannot afford even the price point, which I'm saying accessible may not be accessible to them. So we want to make sure that if we are going anywhere, we work with our partners closely. And if they say that if this is a person who cannot afford, we will definitely want to donate it to them. So these are the different things. And other than that, of course, when we go to community runs, we want to make sure we make some winners discounts or winners free pair, those type of things. But again, I would not call it as a donation, but it's more like us trying to create that brand awareness within our community.
Bacon, when did you turn around and have Mr. Nike come over and say, you know what, whatever school in this district turn around and you know what, there's kids that are suffering there, let's get them a free pair of shoes. The rest of them can afford it, but these two, three kids can't do it. I don't know. That just bothers me because I'm very happy that you guys are doing this, and I'm very thankful. And you know what, it will definitely come full forward back to you guys for doing this because
100%.
there's a lot of underprivileged kids that don't get to be participating in the sport, don't get the training, don't get what they need because of finances. And I applaud you on it because you're a new company, you're doing everything right, and all these big companies, all they're thinking about is the almighty dollar. The dollars will come, the dollars will be there. But when you can help out somebody in that caliber, change somebody's life, change a potential Olympic medalist, change a potential marathon, forget a runner, but somebody like hey, who knows? Maybe what's his name? What's his name? My God, we were talking about him too, Bacon. Um, the runner we were talking about. Anyhow, I'm not going to ramble on, but it's amazing to see this. Like, I'm so happy to hear this because both of us come from for lack of better words, from the hood, from the projects, from whatever, and seeing some of the kids that we grow up with not get the opportunity because a big brand chose not to, or somebody just said no, that can ruin somebody's life without you even noticing it. But you're giving them the opportunity to even if it's one kid a year, 10 kids a year, whatever it is that you guys choose as a company to do is amazing. Because yes, trust me, I get it. It's nice to get the entire team wearing your shoes, buying your product, everything logoed up from head to toe that says Swift Running. We're here, we're sponsoring blah 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 secondary. But that one kid that couldn't get it now has it because of you. Hats off to you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Well, yeah, as Bacon loves to say, we got to give the flowers where the flowers are due. And you guys are definitely deserving of that. You and your husband. I wish we would have planned this better to have your husband here with us, um, just so we could pick his brain a little bit. But no, it's awesome. Like everything you're telling us is amazing because you don't hear this anymore.
Nope.
You don't hear of a CEO caring about the company. All you hear is CEOs caring about the dollar.
It almost feels like it's Swift running is a way of giving back. You're giving people opportunity to say, you know what, something I felt like, and for me, like I'll say this in regards to say like overweight people and big people. Like I'm also I've always been a big kid, and running was a joy for me. Like people, my old nickname back in the day in school was quick, because for a big man I can run. And I along the way, like it's like you're mentioning about shoes and the different types and the wears and everything else. I love the fact that you're putting in every shoe that you make, you're giving that person the opportunity to enhance their levels without, like you said earlier, with the price point. Because if I'm a runner or whatever it is and say, hey, you know what, I can have this pair of shoes, get to this pair of shoes, and still have the same performance in the first one to the last one, that says a lot. That says so much, because at the end of the day, it's like they can go into each of these shoes and continue where they left off without going backwards, and that makes total sense. That makes total sense in how you guys are creating it and making it enhance runners to do their ultimate best every single day, whether you're walking, jogging, whatever it is. And it's a way of giving back in my eyes, because people who have your products and have your shoes are probably saying, "Thank the Lord that there's a company out there that actually cares about the customers that buy their shoes." And
I mean,
that's
you said the right thing, because when I was speaking to someone, he's a coach in a school and somewhere in the Midwest, and it was a very interesting conversation. The coach said that he has a whole wall of running shoes because he liked to try different running shoes. That way, he can recommend some of those shoes to his track team at school, and also he's part of some of the running clubs as well. So it's kind of common thing where runners come like go to him and ask for those type of recommendations. And he heard Swift running in one of our RRCA, Road Runners Club of America's meeting, and he was like, I was curious, so that's why I ordered the first pair. And let me tell you, he's one of my customer who bought the second pair within, I think, 20 days, and then the third pair, then he got a hat. And I was like, I love this customer. I mean, the feedback what you receive from some of these people is amazing. I mean, he said he loved the shoe. He put 3 different reviews for 3 different shoes he bought, and his Google review is as elaborative as you can imagine. Like, some people ask me, when you go to bed, what are you thinking? Of course, I have a list of things which I have to do next morning, because running a bootstrap business is never easy. And no shame in saying that there are days when I'm super exhausted. The only thing I want to do is just sit and close my eyes. but then you just memorize or remember those things which some of your customers are talking about you, like, yes, this product is amazing, how they were not in the right fit and now they are loving it, now they can afford three pairs on a price of one pair, right? Like those type of things, when you hear from different people, it just brightens your day or night. It just feels like, yes, whatever I did whole day, I was successful. I made a change in somebody's life. So that's kind of one thing which Swift running um, is very important for us as a Swift running, that yes, this is our mission. And we want to make sure that people don't see running just as a sport. It is a lifestyle, it's a choice which you can make every single day. And if you are not changing, you are not choosing to stay active or stay fit, it's a loss. Because right now, like, money should not be the problem, because we have more accessible high performance shoes in the market. You just need to try us out.
Sure.
It's true. It's so true. And like I was telling you, I've got, you can name it. I probably have it injured on one of my knees. Whatever. If you can imagine it, I've probably done it to the poor thing. But with your shoes, even my son laughs at me. To me, we're going to the gym. Yeah, he's like, "You sure there, old man?" And I laugh at him because I actually, while wearing these shoes, I feel that I can do what I used to do. I feel motivated to be able to push myself more because I've got the security. I don't feel like, I'm not going to mention the name that I was using before because they'll hate me, and I've already gotten hate mail from them. Um, I refuse to buy them anymore. Like I literally refuse to buy them. My son says to me, "So is this what I'm buying you for your birthday?" I said to him, "Yeah," because realistically, I've got the support I need. I've got everything I need out of a shoe with the Swift running shoe, without me having to turn around and say, "Oh my god, the last pair of shoes I paid was almost $500 Canadian." And I turned around and I said to him, "No, I'm not doing this again. Forget going to the gym. This is stupid, blah, blah, blah." And we went at each other for a little bit. And when he saw me going back and being encouraged after I started using the shoes, he said to me, "Okay, well, now we know what's right for you." And it makes sense. When we started comparing shoe to shoe, the $500 shoe compared to your, I believe it's 159. I'm on your website right now, sorry.
Yeah, I don't, on top of my mind, I cannot tell you what's the Canadian dollars.
It actually says 159. I don't know if that's Canadian or USD.
It has to be Canadian. For US dollars, we have 115 for this pair of shoe, and we do give 15% discount. So whoever comes to our visit our website for the first
Yes,
time. So
first thing that popped up, which
yeah.
was amazing. But honestly, if you're looking for a shoe, I strongly recommend this. I'm pushing Bacon to get in on this, and it's honestly, it's such a good shoe for the price you're paying, for the amount that you're getting out of it. You are definitely getting something worth it. You can compare it to, and I will say, you can definitely compare it to some of these $500-$600 shoes because I've lived it. I'm not
Mhm.
here talking just for the sake of talking or because you're here. No, like all our viewers know, if I don't believe in something, if I don't believe in a brand, if I don't believe what they're doing, if I don't have an ounce of reason within my heart to do something, we don't interview people. That's the end of it. And when we talked about it was with Bacon, and we were going back and forth, he says to me, "Okay, so when are we doing the interview?" I looked at him. I'm like, "What are you talking about to me?" "You're going off about this. There's something else back there." And I'm like, "Okay, so maybe he's right." That's when we approached you because we believe in your product. I strongly believe in the product you guys are selling.
Yep.
And when Aaron was telling me, because I know you guys were sponsoring Aaron and you guys have been helping Aaron out during his 50 cities, 50 marathons. I don't know how he does it. I don't want to ask him how he does it, but he does it with a smile on. However, I'm so blessed and thankful for him to have brought you guys to us.
Yes, indeed.
We
Yeah.
really, really want to see more of Swift running in Canada, and I would love to be able to see how much further we can help you guys get there, because this is a shoe that you're getting your bang for your buck. The quality, everything is there. And you know what? I want my whole team wearing it. I told them and they're gonna laugh at me, but I want it. I don't care. I'm gonna push them to do it. You guys have something that nobody else has in the market right now at that price point.
Oh,
And it's so valuable, the gift of you guys helping others out. Now, why did that come about? Why did you guys decide to have that big of a heart?
I mean, that just goes back to the same thing what inspired me, right, as a runner. Like, it is so important for us to bring that quality, that technology, that performance to the people who are not choosing that today, because there are runners who are fine spending that much. You said 500 Canadian dollar. Again, in my brain I'm literally translating in US dollars. Like, they are fine choosing those pairs. So if they don't want to turn and look at Swift running, that's fine with me. But there is a huge population. So within United States we have 50 million registered runners as of last year. So those are registered. So you can imagine there are X number of more runners which are not even registered because they are just community runners. You will see them in passing by your backyard or somewhere, right? Like,
Yeah.
so that is the number of runners we have. So out of, let's just talk about registered for now, 50 million registered. I don't think we have that number where we can say that these are the 5 million where who are okay spending US dollar 300 or 400 for their carbon plated shoe, right? Because when we talk to runners of all levels, like I was speaking to I'm from a Maryland state, and last year the half marathon was won by a gentleman in Maryland, and he is also a Swift running fan. So he came to us, and we had that good conversation. And he mentioned that yes, this is my that that expensive pair which I only put them on my race day, but I train in my those regular trainers which has no arch support, no plate on it, and no extra cushion. So our point is, like, don't you get fearful when you just use a different shoe on your race day? Like, there could be like so many things I can think of can go wrong if you are not
Yes.
training every day in that pair. But he was like, I cannot, because it's he spent, I think, $300 for that, US dollar for that. And he was like, I cannot train in them because then I'm going to need like at least 6 7 pairs before the race to even use them. And he was like, I'm just so impressed. There is one of our trainers, daily trainers model, Horace, on our website, and he bought that pair, and I think he bought the orange color, Pedro, the same as yours. And he was like, I already did 50 miles, and I don't know how many more miles I'm gonna do. I'm loving it. So he had that conversation with us after putting 50 miles on that shoe. So it's amazing when we are able to give that choice to people, because I got no from the stores when I asked for a pair which I can, with this high performance, with these qualities, can I afford within this price? And the answer was no, because there was no such pair. So that is a gap, and our intention is to fill that gap with Swift running for everyday runners, for everyday people who want to stay active. You don't have to spend that much. And I really want you to train in your race day shoe, right? That is the one statement which is very important. Don't train in a different shoe than your race day, because you don't want to come across, does not matter what brand, what shoe you're wearing, you can have blisters, you can have those type of problems which you were not thinking about, right? So I want you to give an opportunity, look around, and look, even on Swift running website we have different models which are suitable for different foot sizes, and however you want to feel, you need extra cushion, less cushion. Do you want a carbon plate, or do you want more flexibility with a hybrid carbon plate, right? So we have those choices, and we have all those descriptions on our website. So if it's hard sometime when you're looking online to make a choice, so we want you to make sure that, and that's why it's important when I tell people, if you go to our website and choose a pair, we are free shipping, free exchange. Don't worry if size doesn't fit you, or you feel like this is not a right fit for you. We are also available, because we want to make sure that whatever you buy is, it's a bang for your buck, right? Like you are getting what you want. And that's how we started the Swift Running. We want to make sure that everybody is getting that experience.
That's amazing. Honestly, I'm so happy to have met you. I'm so happy to hear your story. And it's enlightening to hear how powerful this means to you. It's not a way for you to get rich. It's not for you to turn around and be like, hey, I'm the CEO. You don't come across like that. You're being very humble about it and you're being true to your roots. That you don't hear and you don't see from footwear CEO nowadays. Trust me, we tried to reach a couple of them to see if we can get some feedback and get some of them on here, and the response was, "Yeah, exactly, nothing, no."
Nothing. That's what it was. Well, like it is. Like it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see people who care about people when it comes to them running a company, because it's like my grandmother used to say, a company is a company, but without its people, it's nothing. And the fact that you're doing what you're doing for the love of what you do, that's where the success is. It'll never fade. It'll always be there. And what you guys are doing, like Mendes mentioned, I'll touch on what he said. I hope it gets across Canada soon. And like, yeah, because I'm looking to get. I want to see to get a pair so I can feel what he's feeling. Because I've seen the pair he has. I didn't try them on. I swear to you, I didn't try them on. But I will gonna get myself a pair so I can feel like how he does. Because for me,
I guarantee you, he would have put them on, they would have never come back.
probably right. Yeah, he's probably right. I think size aren't we? Yeah, but uh, like I said, I used to like running back in the day. And what else also you touched on is that I work almost 12 hours a day, and I majority of the time I'm standing. So it's
Yes.
always good to have a great, like, yes, I have to wear safety shoes, but at the same time, having a shoe that you can be comfortable in, whether it's you're standing, walking, running, whatever it is,
Mhm.
you all are on that path. And yeah, it's that's gonna be something, because the way how he's excited, I like that. And for me, I like to go to the gym as well, and I have different shoes that I wear for different things, and I get those pains, and I'm like, why am I feeling this? I shouldn't be doing that. This is what I'm doing right now. So I would love to have an all around shoe that I can do everything in and have that comfort level to be at a no worry zone.
Yeah, I like what you said, because one of the pair, it's a APIS of our model, and I always call it all in one pair,
There it is.
because I when I have that on, I do everything. Like it's great for running, but it's ultra lightweight. That it's great in like when whatever day to day chores I'm doing. Like it's super comfortable. And once you have those on, you just don't want to go back to your lifestyle shoe, because now your feet are feeling so comfortable, and you are feeling like, oh my god, I don't want to go back to my heavy high fancy fancy shoes, because
True.
I don't want to give those aches and pains to my body. So it's really important. And I think that's the main reason why we are talking to a lot of coaches. We are working with coaches, we are working with everyday like running clubs, and we are working with a podiatrist, right? All these different people are our partners in and in a way that we want to make sure that people have choices irrespective of where they are going. They are seeing a foot doctor, or they are going to a physical therapist, or they are talking to their running coach, or they are part of running club. Everywhere they see Swift running, they can make that choice that, oh, okay, this is good for me, I should try it on, right? So that is where we stand, and we want to make sure that we continue partnering with more people, right? And I'm glad you mentioned Aaron, because he has been such a great partner with us as well, and we want to make sure he continue in his journey with Swift running.
Swift
Yeah,
run the Olympics.
why not? Why not?
Imagine that, a whole track wearing Swift running in the race.
That would be awesome.
Just a thought. Like,
No, no, no.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
thought
there's,
it. Manifest it.
yeah,
Manifest.
Yes, I'm already dreaming.
yeah, I can definitely see that. And see just how, like I said, the way how even people who I interacted with when I went up for the expo, and even talking with Aaron, he spoke so highly of the shoe and the company itself because of the fact that you guys give back, that you guys are looking just beyond, hey, here's a pair of shoes that you can do everything in, but we want to help you in your journey as well. And you don't, like we said earlier, we don't find that a lot with these big name companies that want to give back and help the customers that are making them. So that's a again,
Thank you.
like that
Really appreciate
said,
you guys.
yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
So, mi gente, we've come to the end of the show. I want to thank Pooja for taking a couple of minutes, well, almost an hour of her busy time away from her
Yes, thank
family,
you for that.
from her
Yes.
business, from her creative side. Because sometimes, you know what, creating something this great, being this masterful at what she's doing, doesn't come easy. And having free time is something that just doesn't happen. So I truly want to thank you for giving us the time, giving us the pleasure to get to know Swift Running more. We're definitely very proud to have met you, very proud to talk about, use the product, and keep on helping you guys grow up whichever way we can because we truly believe in what Swift Running is. However, before we let you go, we normally let our guests say the final words here. So, Bacon, if there's anything you want to say, by all means, and we'll let Pooja have the final word.
My final word is look at running. Running is, again, going back to running is not a sport, it's a lifestyle. So live your lifestyle with Swift. Go to our website, www.swift-running.com. That's where your running journey will start. Thank you.